All right, hello, army of the internet, the plebs unite. We are doing a breakdown, and you thought these things were dead. How many times can we talk about the same stuff? Patrick, surely you're not going to keep going. But yes, we will keep going. And what are we doing today? Well, a couple of the boys down at the advertising agency decided they had seen a movie. And I can't remember what the movie... Bob, what's the name of that movie? The one about space that nobody understands? Bob looks around. I don't know. Intersmellar? Yeah, it's the one. Do you think that we could... Why don't we just steal everything about that movie? And we'll make an ad out of it. Bob's like, yeah, makes sense. What for? Who cares? Let's just make Interstellar. And because we can. Let's do it. And this is how you end up with this ad, right? I don't know. It's for BMW. I don't know who shot it. I don't know who directed it. I don't know any of that stuff. But I really like the way Interstellar looks. And this looks pretty similar to Interstellar. So congratulations. If that was the vibe that we were going for. Scientist, rogue, there's shears. What? Runs outside. Is my BMW still there? No, but a floating person is. Oh, the power of the chosen one. Neo. Let's get out of here. Driving in the forest because we are loaded. And flare. Pan with the drone. It's so dark can't see the car. Where did the lights come from? Whoosh. Goodbye ad. And whoosh. Hello invoice. Oh, you got me, my man. Okay, I see what time it is. All right, so it's a beautiful looking spot. You know, all jokes aside, it really does. They really did take whatever Interstellar was doing. But really, the title of this should be "Wallpaper is Cool," right? So if in doubt, choose a location that has wallpaper. Because why? It's not boring. And the white walls in your house, the white walls back here, they're boring. They're bland. They're not that interesting. Then, well, should we talk about the lighting as well? Like, okay, what are we doing here that makes it cool? Well, first of all, notice El levels, right? That's Spanish for levels. If we go bigger, still can't get the big thing. I mean, haven't done this for a month. I still can't do it. Okay, what makes this thing cool? We got a little tiny light here. It's kind of colored. And then we've got this nice little soft window back here. We got light here. Then we've got dark. Then we've got light. Then we have this little dark bit here. There's lots of interest. How many L's can we shoot into? Well, let's choose this L of the room, then dark. Then we'll choose this L of the room because it creates different angles. And then over here, you can't see anything, right? Because it's mysterious. What is this guy doing? Is he actually driving a BMW? And now this is a good drone shot, right? You head out with the drone people on the morning of. You're like, guys, we're going for this sort of magic hour look early morning because people who are successful wake up early. So we need a little bit of fog in the background, right? That's what we need. I mean, okay, so you got the road going at a diagonal, showing depth. You got these little power poles out here that show the progress, the future of cars. And then nice little sky back here. It is just a beautiful looking image. Well done. Kudos to the entire team for this shot and for this whole sequence, right? They chose the right time of day. We come in here. What do we notice? This is a great looking shot. Why is it great looking? Well, for the same exact reasons that the other wallpaper one was good. Look at this. Ba-da-ba. We got our little Rembrandt lighting. It's nice and soft. I've never been in a hotel room that looks like this. Normally, you go there, they stink, and you want to exit them as quick as possible. This is like, you know, the Bates Motel here. They're doing some cool stuff here. You got color back here, anamorphic, the depth. Look at this line leading all the way down right to where we want you to look. It's a good looking shot. Wallpaper makes everything. If this was white walls, it would look horrendous. Also nice. Like if you're going to go for this level of lighting, you're going to need a grid on the light. You're going to need some way to contain it. If you don't know what a grid is, Google. And you don't, because you don't want this light going everywhere, ruining the mood, especially over this pillow. So normally what you're going to do, bring in like a solid. So you have the light up here. It shines at the face, but it doesn't hit the pillow because the pillow's white. Everything else is like we're playing it all down. Even the tones in the wardrobe. Like this is not just cinematography. It's all around. Which usually, if you follow the commercial path of what makes good things, generally, yeah, cinematographers do a good job, but really it comes down to the directors in commercials who have the taste to hire the people in production design, in costume, in wardrobe, in locations that end up getting you this look. So not to take anything away from the cinematographer, right? We all know that they're the most important person in the world, but a lot of the times in commercials, it's the directors who have the ability to impact a project this much, to have all the things align this much. Like as a cinematographer, you can only do so much. Like the lighting, yes. The framing, the lenses, probably the storyboard's already drawn by the time the cinematographer comes on, but it's still really nice. Little push in, and ta-da, like, okay, let's think about where this light that is supposed to be hitting her, where is it coming from? Okay, I guess it's gonna come from this practical that is over here, right? But then look at the hands here. Hands dark, hands light. Can I please have a Fanta? Yes, it's delicious. Look at like so lazy. You gotta use your magic powers to get your old drink. Come on, kids these days. And then this one, man, okay, this is what we're talking, know your levels, what your camera can produce, and how down you can play scenes. Like beautiful looking light bounces off of the little counter here and wraps around. Like there might be like a little poly here, like a little white card or just a piece of paper, depending on the levels that you're working with. So light comes from over here, bounces here, wraps around, and that's how you get that beautiful light. And then behind camera, you just have a big floppy or big neg just behind camera soaking up all this light because you don't want this light over here bouncing around and filling it in and making it flat and making it horrendous. You don't want that. Do I see cameraman? Don't you dare, cameraman. Get out of there. Get out of the picture. Now, this is also good, like if you're gonna do car commercially stuff, don't show the car. Nobody wants to see that. Make it shaky, make it a little bit strange. Let's go. Is there anything else to talk about in this one? Look at this dude. How scared would you be if just some rando appeared in the Jesus. And car driving, more drone shots. Like this is the later stuff. And why is the later stuff facing this way? Any guesses from the audience, please? I can't hear you, so talk away. Probably because this sky now over here, where the sun is coming up, right? Sun is over here. It's probably above the horizon, almost. Like you can see these things are getting lit up a little bit. And if you were to pan left, like they were earlier in the morning, back here, you would find that it would be here, and the whole sky would be all blown out, and it would look horrendous. So good planning by whoever did this. And car shots. I'm in fields of corn. Any fields. Technology. Yes, I'm walking. High shutter speed. I mean, come on. It looks nice. You know? Good job. For the same reasons that we always talk about. It looks nice. For those reasons. It does help with the overcast sky. Makes everything soft. So all you really need to do is bring in egg. But then the choices of the camera movement. Like notice all the car shots. It's never just like plonk. There's the camera. There's the car. It's like keep it interesting. Keep it flowing. Keep it moving. And no electricity. I thought this guy was supposed to be some sort of mad scientist. How about we get some electricity in the house? Where did the electricity come from? Here. Those are the world's biggest candles. Right? And then here, we're going candlelit. Anyway, okay. We fast forward. Anything else in here that we need to talk about? I don't think so. Gesture. Like these are the hard ones. Okay, like you see these in the boards. There have been pretty, to make things look nice. Like, okay, we're outside. This is really not easy to make look nice, but you can see where it feels so real and so natural because you can make natural look this nice. Once you see people in cars at night, like how do we make this look natural? So we're driving, it's super, super dark outside. You can barely make out the car, but you can make out the plates. Like shout out to whoever's car that is, good for you. But then what do we do here? You gotta put the light inside the car. It's really unnatural. So you start to see how hard the shadow is here because it's gotta be small enough to fit inside the car, but you don't want it going all over the place. So you gotta, again, grid it up to make sure it doesn't go everywhere. Like this is a hard shot to make look good. And where's the wipe? Does he look back? I think he gives us a wink, doesn't he? Like even here, doesn't seem supernatural, or it seems supernatural. Up to you where you want to go with that. But like that's a hard shot, and the boards reflect it. And on the day you'd be like, oh man. And then this is, look at this. It's like, man, the DP's like to the AC. We've been shooting wide open all week. DP turns around. You nailed it, buddy. Good job. We'll see you on the next one. Just rides out in the Beamer. See ya. And that's it. So beautiful looking shot. Oh, actually, I wanted to do this nighttime one because this nighttime one had lots of this little wet down thing that we often talk about. So to just think about how many lights you need for a nighttime exterior like this. Okay, so the sign's not real, right? That's VFX. Anything else? VFX? What's that over there? Another building back there. It's kind of a cool little location. But we got tree, lighting up trees in the background, lighting up trees up here, up lights, are often used, especially if you don't have the budget or the space to use a condor and get in a big overhead. You're going to want to light from the ground. So you have to make those. Normally, you're not going to make those moonlit color. You're going to make those a warmer color. And you're going to bring your moon from up here, right? That's your moon, and that's going to go this way. So on top of everything, there should be like a little tiny edge on everything if you're going to go moonlight, or you go uplight this way. Of course, we're going to have a big wet down. You got your practical plus like a wash against this whole wall here. Prack. Like once you start to add it up, there are so many lights in this scene. And oftentimes if you're going out there with a small budget, you're like, man, I would really like to create that motel shot. And then you get out there and you didn't bring these lights and you didn't bring these ones. And maybe you brought your practicals, you brought these things, and you have one light so you'll wash the wall here, and it's not a wet down, so it gets really, really flat. You got to create contrast. And also, same with when you're shooting interiors, we're looking for as much depth as possible. So if you draw this out, right, if you're like a terrible artist like I am, and you draw it out, just trace over the top of this thing in 3 dimensions, you see that we are seeing as many angles as we can to give it depth. If the camera comes this way, and we start to look flat on this thing, it just gets flat, well then our lights aren't going to help us because the light helps to create the depth. But you have to have the angle on the building or on the people in order to do that. So this is a good looking ad. Interstellar is fun. And who knows, maybe this was the person that did Interstellar. I can't remember his name, but he was good too. Okay, that's going to do it for this week. We will see you in the next one. Maybe.